And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta
ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Head to Head with Brian Barker. I am he. And we're back for another week of talk. Welcome everybody. Happy New Year. Merry New Year. Have you ever seen Coming to America?
Yes, Merry New Year. Merry New Year.
So, yes. Shows my age. But anyway, hope everybody had a wonderful, safe holiday. And I would say if you're watching the show, then you probably did and made it into 2025. So congratulations for that. Yeah, what a hell of a 2024. And we are definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to arise out of 2025. If you are tuning in, thank you very, very much. Watching the live show, we stream live every Thursday at 7 p.m. And we come to you via Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook Live. Did I forget something? As well as YouTube. Still think I forgot one of them. Anyway, y'all know. We are streaming simultaneously. So thank you for either catching us live, or if you happen to be on one of those channels and you catch us on the replay, thank you for taking time to watch the show that way as well. We are still on our drive for 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We need like 9,000 and something to go. But hey, you got to have goals, and that is still a goal. And the main reason for that goal is that as much as we love having our other platforms, YouTube is one of those streaming services that is starting to really, really take off. And we definitely want to grow with that. But YouTube is very, very interesting because a lot of things are based on their algorithms. And the more subscribers that we have, the more views that we have and things like that, it helps grow the channel organically throughout the YouTube space. More people will actually start to see it show up in their feeds because of it. So you have the ability to help us with that. And the best way to do that is with subscribership. It's not definitely monetization because they require a whole lot of subscribers and a whole lot of viewed hours to be able to do that. And eventually, hopefully, that will do that. And again, to help with that, we would definitely need you not only to subscribe but watch, but also do us a favor. If you really enjoy some of our ramblings and goings ons and things like that, please, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Instagram, please share and let other folks know what you're watching. There are so many shows and platforms out there, Lori. There's so many things that I see on a regular basis of folks that kind of do a lot of the same things that we do. And some of them have bigger production where they have like a team, they got researchers in the background, they got people doing their editing, they got multi-camera setups and all that other kind of stuff. We ain't there yet, but hey, look, we can get there to a certain point, but a lot of that is going to depend on you guys. And I also bring that up too, because it's good to see that what's beginning to happen is, and what people out in, especially in the world of politics, are starting to realize is that things of the past that they were so used to aren't really necessarily the same anymore. And perfect example of that is, where do people get their content? Where do people get their news? And, in the old days, it used to be mom, dad, and the kids sit around the TV after dinner, and they would watch the evening news. And you'd have 3 channels, ABC, CBS, NBC, to choose from. And that would be it. Now in 2025, there are so many ways outside of regular, what we call legacy TV, that people can go to be able to watch quote unquote news. And I say quote unquote because some of it is more opinion based than news and that kind of thing too. And we know that there's been terms of fake news and uh, things like that, and that is real. That is a real thing. There is fake news out there. There is disinformation and misinformation. But nevertheless, for a lot of people, those sites, those platforms may be the only way that people know what's going on in the world. They don't have to rely on a lot of these reporters and folks from CNN, Fox, MSNBC, ABC, all of the other ones that I mentioned and stuff. There's so many other things out there online now, and some of them are really, really good, and they really, really need your support even more so now than a lot of the legacy media. The legacy media, unfortunately, I'm finding more and more has hidden agendas, and sometimes it's not as hidden as it probably should be. Um, but their agendas, you have to realize, is that a lot of these companies. I'll give you an example. ABC. ABC is owned by Disney. Yes, yes, yes. Same Disney that's Mickey Mouse and Minnie and Pluto and all of them. Same Disney that owns Marvel. Same Disney that owns the Disney World theme parks. All of that. ABC did something that was so outrageous and egregious. It was obvious that Disney was making a political business decision when they settled with Donald Trump over some comments that George Stephanopoulos made on TV. Um, they settled for $15 million, and George had to throw in $1 million of his own. So for a total $16 million, they settled with Donald Trump. And would you settle with somebody if you knew that if they took it to trial, there's almost a 0% chance that they would win? Of
No.
course not. You know good and well that if you took something to court, you had over a 99% chance of winning. You're not going to say, hey, you know what? Instead of me winning, let me just settle out of court with you for $16 million. Ain't nobody going to do that. But ABC did because Trump is coming back to office. Uh,
Mm-mm.
Disney does not want to be in Trump's crosshairs because they know that he is a very petulant, he is a very petty, he is a very small, he is a very retributionistic kind of person. Meaning that they want him to come in office and then start trying to do things through Federal Trade Commission or the FCC or sick one of his crazy attorney generals that he's going to appoint or the FBI or anybody into their business dealings because that could go really, really bad for them. Even if they've done nothing wrong, it could put them in a bad light. He could probably put in some policy or try to push through policies that would not be in their best interest. So what they did was they said, you know what? Even though George Stephanopoulos accused you of rape and said that you were convicted of rape, and you were, um, because Trump tried to sue him for defamation. Well, number one, Lori, the standard of defamation is very, very high, especially for a public figure. Now, if I defame you as a non-public figure, the bar isn't as high. But suing somebody for defamation as a public figure, you have to really prove that there's malice. You have to prove that because of your public position, it has damaged you beyond repair. because the whole idea of defamation is to make you whole. Um, all Stephanopoulos did was he used the word rape, where the New York term was sexual assault, because New York has a different way of defining rape. To them, rape is specifically determined by what went into the person, without having to be too descriptive about it, because they could not determine whether it was Trump's fingers or another part of him that went through E. Jean Carroll. He was found liable for sexual assault. But the definition of that, even in the state of New York, is still rape. So it wasn't a thing like that. Anthony, what's going on, my brother? Anthony says he would be scary if he was going to be president. He would be scary if he was going to be president, but if he wasn't, he ain't scary. I'm missing that one.
Maybe again with Trump saying that, since I think, and Anthony, you can let us know, talking about Trump being scary as president, but we already went through Trump being our president one time before. But I think now it's even scarier with the craziness that he's talking about doing.
Well, the problem is this, is that I think most people assumed that after seeing this happen once, this country would not be crazy enough to then turn back on itself and go back to something after that. After watching the uh, uh, the way that they made money off of this country, whether it was him, Jared Kushner, getting $2 billion from Saudi Arabia, Ivanka making a lot of money while she was part of the administration, and all of the things that they did, all of the things that he did with taking the documents to Mar-a-Lago, the things that happened with January 6th, where he tried to overturn the election and sick basically a mob onto the Capitol. After all of those things, you would think that people would say, you know what, we did it. We gave it a shot. We thought he was going to come in there and just tear some things up, and we thought that would be a good idea. But we realized that we really need people in there to know what the hell they're doing. He totally botched COVID. There were probably countless people that died for no reason because he told them to inject bleach or take horse medicine and all kinds of stupid shit that had nothing to do with things. Tried to make people doubt science, doubt the fact that vaccines work. We've been using vaccines for over 100 damn years to stay safe, and all he gave us was one day it'll magically go away. And countless people died from that. They watched somebody that just was not serious about governing, was not serious about uniting the country, was not serious about pushing forth agendas that help people. Only the agendas he pushed forward were agendas that helped himself and his pockets and his family and his friends he gave tax cuts to. Let's be clear. Donald Trump in 4 years added $8 trillion to the deficit, more than any president has ever done in 2 terms. He did in 1. When we saw what happened with the unemployment rate, went down once Trump left office. And there will be people that will say, well, Brian, COVID had a lot to do with that because a lot of jobs were lost during COVID. And that is true. But all of the COVID jobs were replaced, and then millions more. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Inflation, people voted for Trump because of their groceries. Yeah, but they didn't vote because of any facts, because since Trump left, inflation costs have gone down. Are they still high? Yes. Is it now because of supply chain issues and things like that that originally caused inflation? Is it because of those tax cuts that are inflationary? You know why the tax cuts were inflationary? Because there was nothing that paid for them. It just added to the deficit. That's why they're inflationary. Um, but inflation started to come down, but there's a thing called corporate greed out there. I was just telling Lori, I bought milk the other day for over $5 a gallon. Thought I would never do that. Milk is not $5 a gallon because there's a shortage of cows. Milk is not $5 a gallon because trucks can't get milk to stores. Milk is not $5 a gallon because all of a sudden grass costs more for cows to eat. Milk is $5 a gallon because those that sit there and work in those industries on top have decided that if y'all been paying that, we're gonna let y'all keep paying that, even if the costs go back down. That's called
Yes.
greed. That's a inflationary um, issue that's being controlled from the top. This is something that Kamala Harris put into place to say, hey, if I win, I'm going to go after those folks because it's obvious that they are the reason now for the inflationary costs. The same reason that those who are out there trying to rent apartments and houses and everything else, the reason that your rent is so damn high is because there are corporations that are buying up multiple neighborhoods, houses, apartments, and they're setting the price.
Yes.
That's what they're doing.
Absolutely.
That is inflationary. This was another thing that we were talking about going out there and regulating because these companies are going out there and doing that because they are they're just being greedy. They're just trying to grow and grow and grow. And the problem with that is that a lot of them get to go to these fancy fundraisers for politicians where they charge $10,000 a plate or whatever it is. And this is who the politicians are listening to. This is why they do what they do.
Yes.
I know y'all think that, and your vote should matter, but your vote will only matter if you're voting for the right people. But it's because they know that they can trick you into some things that I'll talk about that they are not really worried about that because what people have decided to do with us as voters is distract us with dumb shit while they do other stuff. And that's the thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lori.
No, I was going to say that Anthony had made another comment. He says, yeah, I don't know how people buy organic food. It costs double than the regular food. I don't know eating right costs a lot.
Yeah, and eating right has always cost a lot more. Think about it. You can go to McDonald's. Well, you could before. I mean, hell, a
Not anymore because
value meal at McDonald's. Hell, you used to be able to get a value meal for about $5, $6. Now, hell, just getting a medium value meal is $10, $11. And McDonald's has done the same thing. But all in all, though, it has always relatively been cheaper to eat bad food than good food. They've always made leaner meats, salmon, fish, things like that cost more than greasier foods that have a lot more like red meats and things like that. They want you to eat that stuff. Um, it gets you sicker. Now, here's the crazy thing. How effed up is it, Anthony, that it's cheaper to eat less healthier food, yet Republicans, I'm just going to say it, push all the time that healthcare should not be universal. Healthcare is more of a privilege than a right. They talk about healthcare should be privatized and all of those things, but they're all in favor of your ass getting sick. And if you don't have healthcare insurance, where do you end up? In the emergency room. Where's the highest cost coming from? The emergency room. Where's a lot of financial debt for people come from with medical bills? The emergency room. Then we talk about the cost of prescriptions. Well, Big Farm doesn't want to be controlled as far as saying that, hey, you cannot charge unreasonable prices for life-saving medicines such as insulin. I take an insulin pen once a week. I get 4 in a prescription. 4 pens, if I did not have insurance, would cost me $1,100 a month. 1,100. That's thousands of dollars a year, tens of thousands for just that one drug. And a lot of times when you're diabetic, it ain't just insulin you got to take. There's other things that you got to take, whether it's metformin, whether it's glipizide, Carvedilol. There's a whole lot of other stuff that you probably got to take. Just that one prescription is going to cost you over $10,000 if you don't have medical insurance. There's not that many people that can just come out of their pocket and just pay for that. Oh yeah, by the way, I got to pay this high ass rent that these corporations are doing. Oh yeah, by the way, I got to pay for these high ass groceries that these grocers are inflating um, on their own. Yeah, I got to pay all of these other high costs. Yeah, I got to pay for gas. I got to pay for utilities. I got to pay for, all of the necessities. Oh, I got kids too, so I got to take care of them. It's easier to die than to live. And and it's funny, the hypocrisy, because okay, we're going to make it where it's easier for you to eat bad food and get sick, and try to make it where you can't even get health care from the richest country in the world. And then tell Big Farm that they can charge you whatever the hell they want to for the drugs. And then we're going to tell you that then when you get old, the Social Security that you've paid for all your life since you've been working, you shouldn't be able to have it because now we're going to call it an entitlement.
Mm.
You see how crazy this is? And the craziest part, people vote for people that think like that. The party that's going to be in power thinks exactly like that and thinks it's okay. And every time these folks vote for them, they're telling them, yeah, give me some more of that. Voting against my own self-interest, even if it means me paying extra money for groceries, homes, mortgages, insurance, cars, healthcare. Go ahead and give me some of that because we want to own the libs. It's stupid. Anthony says that's like it costs $500 for an ambulance ride to the hospital. Now call me a lift. Yeah. Now you ain't gonna get no lift and you bleeding out and stuff like that. But I know you're absolutely right. You're going to have, and then Anthony, that's what happens. A lot of folks will sit there and they feel bad at home, but they're like, I don't know if I feel bad enough to have to pay for an ambulance ride. Maybe it ain't that bad. Maybe I'll just give it a little bit and then I'll see if I'm okay. And then they don't make it. Or they say, you know what? I know I need to take my insulin every day, but I don't have enough to take every day. I'm going to have to stretch it out. And then they have a seizure or they have a mini stroke because they're not taking their medicine. Because they also say, well, even though I need my medicine, I also got to have food. I got to have a roof over my head. I got to, I still take care of my parents. I got all these other things going on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And you got a guy in office that is so disconnected from reality that can't even identify with anything that I just said. Has no fucking clue what I just said. Nothing. Can't identify with any of that at all. Now, he likes McDonald's, but that's a self-inflicted wound. He doesn't ever have to eat McDonald's. This man could eat Ruth's Chris every single day if he wanted to. He prefers McDonald's. which is weird because he loves McDonald's and then he'll drink a Diet Coke. That's his vice, is the Diet Coke. You know, they're like somebody going to Krispy Kreme, getting a 12 dozen glazed donuts, and then want a bottle of water. Bro, you ain't flushing all that out. Just go ahead and get you a Mountain Dew to rinse all that Krispy Kreme down with. That's what you need to do.
No, you didn't sit there and say a Mountain Dew.
A Mountain Dew.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you sugar it up, baby. Yeah.
Just
I purposely picked Mountain Dew because you know Mountain Dew is just gonna go ahead and complete the cycle of you sugaring yourself up. It is. You know it is. It ain't nothing but sugar, that's yellow sugar.
yes.
But trying to say, well, you know, I get a bottle of water, I get a Diet Coke, bro, that ain't gonna help. They ain't gonna help you with them dozen donuts, bro. By the time you got to that second donut, man, you was already done. Just go ahead and finish it. So, you know, it's just funny though how people will sit there and get tricked into voting against their own self-interest. And it's just crazy. When you elect or you vote for people, listen to their issues. Don't let them trick you into stuff like, I'll bring up an example. Transgender. Don't let them trick you into saying, you know, there's men in women's bathrooms. I don't think we should have that. Do you? Well, you know, the other side thinks that we should let them play in your kids' sports leagues.
The horror.
Now, here's the stupid thing, Lori. There was a official from the NCAA, National Collegiate Association of Athletes, that testified to Congress that there are over 500,000 student athletes in the United States of America. When asked by a Democrat, how many cases of transgender athletes have you had at these schools? If you listen to Republicans, you would think it's running rampant. Out of those 500,000 athletes, what, at least half of them? You got transgender something going on? Something not right? Something dangling, hangling? 10. 10. Out of 500,000 athletes, 10.
That's just like Trump, like they talk about the border and all the
I'm gonna say that, yep.
illegals.
Caravans, and they just flowing over, and you know, they say we got open borders and stuff like that, and they make you think, man, if you shake a damn tree at the border, about 5 Mexicans fall out the damn tree. They make you think that every car that comes across the border, if you open up the trunk, 10 Mexicans are gonna fall out. Some of them might fall out the damn hubcaps. They make you think they're gaslighting you. Now, do we have immigration issues? Yes. But guys, we have had immigration issues since the damn 80s. That is not a new phenomenon. But what they do is they say, well, we can't just say they're coming, but we're going to tell you that every one of them that comes is a damn criminal, and your wife and your kids' safety is at risk. So tell that to the people in New Orleans who just got mowed down by a dude. And here's the funny part. Dude in New Orleans mows down people with his car, van. Everybody, you know, Lord, before I even go there, I remember when there would be a mass shooter and something, or you know, some killer on the loose, and the black community would always say, "I just hope he's not black." You remember that?
Oh
Only
yeah,
only thing we'd be worried about was that don't really sound like a black person because we don't really do that. And then we
until
find
the
out
DC cipher.
except for that one,
And
and that one kind of messed us up. We
yes,
still
it
ain't
did.
out with the DC sniper. But most of the time when you hear about school shootings, you hear about mass murderers and stuff like that, serial killers and everything else like that. Normally it's some loner white dude, you know, they got issues. Now they decided that when there's a mass killing like there was in Louisiana, no matter what, we're gonna make it about, especially if the assailant has tan skin, we gonna somehow tie it to immigration. The gymnastics that these people went through because they were following Trump, non-serious ass, was that the guy that did all of this had a little tint in his skin. So Trump think anybody that could pass for Hispanic must be an immigrant. And I already said that they're all criminals and drug dealers and they're gonna come and replace you and take your wife and your kids and everything else. Man was born in the United States. Man was in
From
the
North
United,
Carolina,
yep, was in
sir,
the
North,
served at Fort Liberty because I won't say the other name. Sorry.
right?
Um, born and raised in the United States, served in the U.S. military. But because he got a little brownish in his skin, Trump then sends out this stupid tweet, bleat, whatever you call it, talking about this is why we need to close the border. Let's be clear. Between what happened in New Orleans and what happened in Las Vegas, closing the border would not have stopped any of it. But he has convinced people, including people in Congress, who should know better, that, man, it's them brown people coming across is why that happened, which is why when I come into office and I close that border, it'll never happen again. And y'all believe that shit. That's the crazy part. I can say what I could say about him even uttering it out of his mouth because he's an idiot. You know, you can't stop an idiot being any more than an idiot than you can stop a dog from barking. Well, I mean, there's things you could do, surgically speaking, but just from an instinct level, you can't stop a dog barking any more than you stop an idiot saying stupid stuff. So I don't really fault Trump for saying dumb stuff. He's been saying dumb stuff for 40 something years.
Mm.
I fault the people that believe it because you should have enough sense to understand that the guy that did what he did in New Orleans was not an immigrant. How about that? You should also be able to look at stats and statistics from the federal government to be able to see that most people that commit crimes, oh my God, Lori, I wish I had the news break thing ready for you. But y'all, I hope y'all sitting down for this. The people that commit the most crimes in the United States are not immigrants.
And we also really need to be, or which is a big area of concern, is domestic terrorists.
Oh, ain't no such thing.
Well, no, these
Oh, yeah.
militant groups and things that are again trying to take back America are more of a threat to us.
You mean those
than the-
patriots?
I wouldn't call them that.
Your commander in chief, that's what he call them.
Oh yes, and I can't wait for his the plan with the mass deportations and all this other stuff that he's spouted that he's getting sitting here and ready to do, and then also with our the new health guy, which is a guy who just has an eaten half brain. It just
Oh,
I
RK,
just
RK Jr.
yes. I'm just so disappointed.
Yeah, we'll dive a little bit into some of these nominees too for some of these cabinet picks because it's absolutely hilarious. Again, you can tell how unserious somebody can be by a lot of the decisions that they make. And here's the crazy part: dude ain't even put his hand on the Bible yet. Hopefully, it won't be upside down, but apropos, it should be. Um, but it's not. He ain't even taken office yet, and he's already shown you how unserious he is. Um, one of the things that he did, Lori, was he ran a campaign on I'm going to bring down your prices and it's going to be so easy. Another thing that he ran on, Lori, was before I even get into office, 24 hours after I win the election, 24 hours after I win, not 24 hours after I've been in office. You know what he also promised?
What?
The war in Ukraine would be over. He was going to have Putin and Zelensky sit down and they were going to hammer this out. And everybody said, well, hell, all that means is that he's going to try to give parts of Ukraine to Russia. And, even Zelensky and them was like, well, ain't nothing to negotiate. He's coming in trying to take our shit. Negotiations means that we're willing to cede some of that. We're not. Because he has no right to it. So, so the crazy part is that, of course, that didn't happen, but he said it would. And we, as part of the resistance, need to be able to shine lights on this con that this man has sold to enough of the country to become reelected. I say it that way because he didn't win any majority. He didn't win over 50% of the popular vote. He won the Electoral College, which means he won. I'm not saying he didn't win, but he did not win over half of the country. He won enough. So he won fair and square. But with that said, he won enough people to believe that he really was going to be able to do that. He was going to come in and lower their prices. He was going to do this huge mass deportation on a lot of stuff. I'm going to do it on day one. I'm a pardon the insurrectionists within X amount of hours and this and that and the other and all this stuff he's promised to do. So we got a list of stuff. And every time he sits there and he doesn't do it, it's going to be hashtag we told you so. Now, I'm not a big person that likes to, gloat and say I told you so. But God dang it, 2025, I'm going to say I told your ass. The other hashtag is going to be FAFO. Because a lot of y'all are going to find out within the first 90 to 180 days, what the hell did we do? Because you're going to realize, oh, he was serious. Yes. But listen to this, Lori. He also told people that he was going to lower the cost and they were going to go down rather quickly. And we're going to get things back to where they used to be. He sells everybody on yesteryear. Then in a Time interview where Time, just like ABC, has already started to bend the knee and make him Man of the Year, Time Person of the Year. Yes. They asked him about the prices and stuff. And he said, well, it's really hard to get prices to go down once they've gone up. Bro, you ran a whole campaign on how easy it was going to be for you to do it. Then after he wins, he says, well, it's not as, maybe, paraphrasing, it's not as easy as I said. I just told you all that shit to get elected. Even he admitted, see, Trump will tell the truth when he don't think he have anything to lose by telling the truth. So he then, after he wins, Lori, he says, yeah, you really can't just bring down prices like that. Well, we know that. And we know that if you're not willing to go after what's causing those prices to be up, there's a good chance they won't go up. Because then what he's also signaling to the grocery conglomerates is, you're okay. I'm not coming after you. Kamala Harris promised to come after you. I'm not going to do that. I told them that it's really hard to bring the prices down. It's not really hard. It's me going to them conglomerates, dragging y'all ass into Congress and having y'all testify as to why y'all profit margins are up and yet prices are still up. It's us saying, hey, maybe y'all are too big and we need to break y'all down, because maybe that's the only way we can get the prices down. And then watch them CEOs go, oh, no, wait. We'll do it. So he just signaled to them, I have no intention of coming after you for driving up prices. That's all he did. He sat there and told them all during the campaign, I'm going to bring your prices down. And he said, groceries. Nobody ever started even saying the word groceries until I said groceries. That's how I know this man ain't connected to reality. Bro, we've been saying groceries forever. Where are you going? To the grocery store. Hey, I got groceries in the car. I need y'all to help me bring them inside. Bro, we've been saying groceries forever. You know why he didn't think he thought groceries was a new word? Because he ain't never in his life had to go buy no damn groceries. That's why. He thought it was a new phenomenon. This is the same other effort that says you need ID to buy a loaf of bread. Tell me you ain't never bought a loaf of bread without telling me you ain't never bought a loaf of bread. If you tell me that you need ID to buy bread. That's some stupid ass shit. Bread? You ain't never, bruh. Uh-oh. There's trouble there.
What it is. Happy New Year, guys.
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I see the man in love done finally returned. Hey, I saw a video about you the other day. It was a scene from Boomerang. He said, Marcus, I heard a girl at work got you whipped, son. He said, why don't you reverse it?
I love it. That's a compliment, my brother.
Oh, of course it is.
That's a compliment, and I am truly happy, man.
Yeah, I can see it. You shining and shit, and yeah, like your forehead done came down a little bit. Your neck ain't as swole no more. Yeah, you good.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy for you, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, Lord, I said, I don't know if she's gonna ever come back. I said, I think she's holding him hostage. Yeah, I said, oh my God.
Look, how they say, you can't rape the willing.
Well, you can, but it's okay then.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm speaking old school. I forget. I forget.
Oh yeah. Well, I understand.
I'm speaking old school.
Now, if you are still currently a hostage and you need help, just blink twice, and we'll we'll see what we can do for you.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I know you good. That's all right. We were just talking about some things that are going on, catching back up with the world. Excuse me, letting them know about some of this FAFO that's going to be kind of the theme of 2025.
Man, that is the theme of 2025.
FAFO, I told you so. We tried to tell you. All those hashtags are going to be out. Like I said, I'm not one that normally will rub something in people's faces and say, I told you so and all of this. But no.
Oh, I am. I'm that guy.
But I definitely am, especially because one of the first things that had blew me away, and I knew it was going to happen, and they told people and said, why did you vote for Trump? Why did Trump win? And people said groceries, inflation, and all these other things. And yet Black Friday, I saw the highest amount of people out shopping for Christmas.
Right. Exactly.
And
you didn't give a damn about that inflation. Listen.
Yeah. I'm saying that people gonna put bows on eggs and give them out as gifts.
Yeah. Listen. As I'm shopping around with my baby and everything. Matter of fact, they jumped on those eggs so quick. I had to literally like flex a little bit.
Oh no.
On two people. Like, I know you see me looking at this.
You ain't flex on no eggs, did you?
I had to, bro. I had to.
You ain't gonna buy you some damn chickens.
No, the eggs are really crazy. Like, I went today. Sorry, CJ, but there's usually get the six, the half dozen, and it's usually about like $1.39, $1.40.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, this is like $2.50.
$2.50
for 6 eggs.
For half a dump for 6 eggs. And
but see, it also depends on. Yeah, go ahead, sis. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, but it also it then depends, and then because we're gonna here in North Carolina, we're gonna have some snow because they're predicting the next coming.
Oh yeah, Armageddon.
Yes. So
listen,
everything was up.
That's why I'm late, guys. That's why I'm late.
Because of the snow. Snow.
No, the grocery store.
The stupidity.
Oh
yes.
Of course. Yeah, I got
the stupidity in the stores.
Always, but you know what? That's anytime they say snow is coming, I have still never understood why when it's going to be weather like that, you buy shit that needs refrigeration and you don't have no generator at your house. Because if the power go out,
guess what's going to happen?
You gonna keep opening up your refrigerator and letting all the cold out of it? Yeah.
Listen.
You come up at the store and you buying some steaks and you slap on the grill.
Right. I hear you say, now, if anything, if you got a generator, I don't think you really need is the old-fashioned barbecue charcoal grill.
That's it. I remember a long time ago.
You can make some magic happen on the grill.
I remember Hurricane Hugo did that unprecedented thing and came that far into North Carolina.
Bro,
I remember my dad sat there. My mom thought he was crazy as hell. He sat there, pulled the grill out the garage, started frying up food while the hurricane. We looked up and we were looking into the hurricane.
Oh, okay, now that was crazy. Now my dad,
it wasn't raining.
My dad sat in the living room and watched me. He watched me get ready for school.
Yeah,
he knew. I mean, he was sitting up there and just chuckling his butt off. I'm sitting up here getting dressed, I'm like on automatic pilot. I'm like, I gotta go out there and start up the, let's see, I had a 74 Maverick. So you had to go out there and start those up about 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I got the keys in my hand. I didn't even see him sitting in the living room. He over there. And I open the door, a tree, literally. And I was like, and I know he heard me cuss. I was like, ain't no fucking. And I shut the door. That's when I heard him. And he was like, son, you ain't going to school. And I was like,
you should have said no shit.
Man, you could have said that when you heard me get up to the bathroom, man.
Yeah.
You ain't spit for that. But okay.
That's some crazy stuff, man.
But anyway, so yeah, let's get back to F around and find out.
F around and find out. So there's a lot of things that were promised. One of the things that I was saying to Lori right before you joined in was that Trump had said, hey, and he ran on this. I'm going to lower your prices. I'm going to bring the prices down. It's going to be real easy. And then when Time Magazine interviewed him as Person of the Year and asked him about the prices, then he turns around and goes, well, it's hard to really bring down prices once they've gone up. And it was like, well, you didn't make it sound that hard when you were running for office. But once you got elected, yes, sir.
My brother, you are. See, this is not a show to see if you are right. They have reels
Yes.
that backs up everything that you said.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, they ran a collage
Yes.
as centered around his own bravado
Mm-hmm.
about him. I'm going to bring prices down. I'm going to end the war in just one call. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Now all of a sudden he has convenient amnesia and he's just a guy sitting in the seat.
Yeah, like, hey, what do you expect me to do? You know,
Like,
I'm just the president.
Hey, I'm just here now.
But you know, I was telling Lori that
when before you had all these magical presidential power.
Yeah, well, you know, like I told Lori, is that all he really was doing by saying it's hard to bring the prices down is, hey, I'm not going to address what's causing the prices that are up, because you can't say supply chain anymore because we're well past COVID. There's not as much of an issue at the docks. Trucks are are out on the roads and stuff like that. Supply can still get better, but there's other issues with supply chain now that's keeping it from getting better. And a lot of that is the unions not wanting to go to automation. They want everything to be manual because they think if you make things more automated, it's going to cost union
then
jobs.
that loses it. Right. Now, see, now that's a real issue.
Yes.
That's always been an issue since people like you and me have been in the workforce.
Yes.
We've always been aware of robotics.
Now,
and in anything, robotics have been the workforce issue for the blue collar worker.
Bruh, I don't want to get off subject, but that just reminded me of something I saw the other night.
Oh boy.
And I said, holy shit.
What's that?
I was downtown and I was right there on South Tryon Street and Samaritan Way.
Okay.
Right in front of the Ally building.
Okay, yeah.
I pulled over to the side and I see this damn excuse me, this white, it looked like a snowman.
I know what you go.
Rolling up the damn sidewalk. And I'm like,
yeah.
Frosty?
Yo, we been had it.
Right? Really?
We been had it.
So what it was, and it was about 5'6".
Yeah, it's about my height.
Yeah.
I look at it dead.
It was a damn security guard.
Yes,
it was. With damn cameras in his head.
Yes. At 360.
Yeah. And
it was enforcing the parking zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have it at Lowe's. We have it at Lowe's. And at Home Depot on Albemarle Road. It's been over there too.
Oh my God. I said, oh Lord, have mercy.
Yep.
So he saw me sitting there because it was just minding its own business. I was sitting there minding my own business. It stopped. Checking me out. Yep. I ain't moved. It didn't move. It didn't start moving again until I pulled off. I looked in my rearview mirror and I guess he said, oh, okay, I guess the threat is gone. And he kept on going. But it was a robot. And it said on its chest,
Security.
Security.
Yep. Security. It does.
So I knew exactly what it was, but I'm going, damn. We sitting there now. Now, I already tripped out when you go to like college campuses and you see the droids going around campus delivering food.
Yeah.
The little robots doing that. But they got little wheels and stuff, you know, they driving around and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But the funny thing was the security, because I'm going, you know what? Why, you know, people sitting there talking about Mexicans taking their jobs. You ain't mad because these robots ain't taking your jobs?
Exactly. I ain't never heard a redneck yet talking about these bots are taking our jobs.
These damn R2D2 some bitches out here taking my damn job.
I ain't never heard it. I ain't never heard it.
Man, I was like, oh my God, if this catches on, man, they're gonna really cut down security. But if I was a business owner, it would make sense to me because I ain't got to worry about that robot calling off, being at his post, trying to figure out how much damn PTO time he got.
Okay, all right. So this is what bothers me. Matter of fact, it bothered me today. Pulling up to Bojangles. See, first of all, Actually, I cut a lot of my fast food out. So
Or you were made to.
no.
Oh, okay,
I
okay. I'm
that's
just making
just
sure you still doing stuff that you want to do. But go
yeah,
ahead.
oh yeah. No, this is all me. This is all me.
Or it don't look like that. Don't be
And
like
nah, I'm not under pressure. I no well I'm
Why
under
must it
different kind
be
of pressure.
every
Anyway,
time?
anyway,
Every time
it's
it's
okay,
like
sis.
it's
We all right. We
God.
all right.
He
We
made
all
it
right.
like it's but
It's okay.
I'm
Let him
sorry.
live. Let him live. Let him live. So, so, so check this out, man.
all right,
I
all right.
pull up to Bojangles. I'm expecting to talk to a living, breathing,
Oh, yes.
disgruntled teenager
Yes.
or an adult that just don't give a damn no more.
I've had it
And,
twice. I know where you're going. Yes. It's
and as soon as I pull up,
yes.
it does the little commercial thing,
Yes.
and I'm silent. It's silent,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "Hello," and it was like, "I'm ready to take your order." And I'm like,
Yeah, it's AI. It's all AI now.
and I'm like, "Oh boy!" So it just throws out, something out there, and I just so happen to want it. So I got my little chicken fillet biscuit and everything. Now, see, here's the thing. It does not do grill orders. And see, I'm a grill order. Why? Because I don't do cheese.
Okay.
So or like if you want, like, let's just say like no ice or whatever like your thing might be,
Mm-hmm.
it don't pick that up.
Oh,
So you
really?
still, in essence, you still have to talk to a human being.
Mm-hmm.
It does things in general.
But that'll cut out a whole lot of you having to do that for the business. I mean, and the accuracy ain't bad. I mean, when I've gone and I've ordered twice with this AI because it was so funny because she was like, oh, "I'm ready for your order whenever you're ready," and I'm like, "Oh,
Mhm.
it's not really a person because number one, they're too nice and too professional."
Especially in a Bojangles.
Dead giveaway, right? So because you go, especially that one over by where you used to be. I don't know where you at now, but where you used to be in Mexico.
Oh yeah, over in Mexico.
I stopped going to that one because they were just too hood.
Right, for real.
Oh yeah, you can come on around if you want to. I said, what?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what they said. I'm
Just
like,
like that. Just like that.
what?
Oh yeah. Sis, you don't know.
Or
You ain't been over there.
I went there one time, CJ,
For real.
and she
It's like
said,
just
and
to pull up. We ain't got that. We ain't got that. And I'm like, I was like, okay, I'll tell you what do you have?
CJ, I went there one time and the girl said, can you come in? And I'm like, come in what? Come in the store. We had too many people call out. We can't do drive-through today.
All the time.
I went
That's
in there.
That's why I stopped going.
In there, and
That's why I stopped going.
And it was so, that was my last one too. It was so unorganized in there. And there were so many people talking about, yeah, man, they don't have so many. They said they had one person that was there and she quit in the middle of taking the order and just walked out. And I just looked around and I said, man, bump this. I'm gonna go to the KFC before they tore it down the street.
Bro.
And I was KFC right after that.
And as you can see, they wasn't in no rush to rebuild that joke.
Oh my gosh, they took their time with that thing. But
For
yes,
real.
but yeah, they were so ghetto. So when I went to the Bojangles here in Concord twice, same one, and it's totally automated.
I like y'all's.
Yeah,
I actually like y'all's.
she took my order. She
Yep.
relatively speaking.
You so stupid.
And I don't know what she identifies as. I'm just saying. She could be a transgender AI. Y'all got a problem with that? Transgender taking orders? Just saying.
He's a Decepticon. She's a Decepticon. She ain't really real.
Megatron, is that you? Starscream, stop it. You play
Oh
too
my
much.
God. That's Starscream's alter ego.
but the accuracy of the order was fine. When I got
Yeah.
to the window, people were preparing it and everything, and I'm just like, wow, this is just crazy. But maybe it's an efficiency thing. Maybe it helps them with labor issues because a lot of the hospitality and restaurant world has faced issues with being able to employ people, and some of it has been in the past the wages and things like that. A lot of it is just you cater to a lot of folks that really have no work ethic. And I hate to say it like that,
Yeah.
but you get a lot of people that,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
the late night crew, is different than the daytime crew, because the daytime crew got a lot of 35, 45-year-old people. And then at night, you get all the little knucklehead kids sitting there slapping your water together. And you really do have to look in that bag and make sure that your stuff is in there.
Exactly.
But anywho's, so a lot of that, so that backs up to the security. So I'm seeing that and jobs being taken, but that also backs up into, Trump talking about these mass deportations. And then I guess it started dawning on people, because he always said, well, we're going to get rid of all of the criminals. But see, people wasn't really paying attention, because if you remember this motherfucker coming down the golden escalator, all of y'all are criminals.
All of y'all.
One of you. And he said, but I assume that there may be a few good ones.
Oh, Jesus.
You just demonized the whole damn lot of people.
Listen, some stuff.
Deportations, yeah, we're going to get rid of all the criminals. He thinks you're all criminals. Even when they say, well, some of them have temporary protective status, so they're not really here illegally. Well, yeah, but that's kind of what they really say, but I don't really think it's that way. So you're saying they're legal, but not legal to you. Then he also said, we're even going to get rid of birthright citizenship, meaning that
that was the part that really made me laugh. Yeah.
From another country, but you're born in the U.S., I don't think you should belong here either, even though the Constitution says you are a citizen.
But listen,
you got one pinky toe in this country and your mama plop you out onto the soil, you are a United States citizen. He's saying, nah, that's not good enough for me, even though it's in the Constitution.
Right. And so listen, this is what, but see, okay, first of all, how is this a surprise to anybody? The man said he's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. What it was is that you didn't believe that the what did they say? The lepers weren't going to eat your face.
Right.
Okay.
You thought he was talking about
what it was. Oh, he's not talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about them.
Right. Hey, CJ.
What's up?
Did you see how Indian Americans, not Native Americans, but Indian Americans sat there and had that same revelation when Elon Musk said, well, hold on now. We're going to deport them brown people, but we really do need brown people for our highly skilled engineer jobs. So we need the H-1B visa program to be running good, because we got to bring in folks from India, because you Americans are too damn stupid to do these jobs. So we got to bring in Rajni and Vinay and all them over here and have them work at Tesla and all these other places.
Right.
And Ramaswamy was like, yeah, Americans just don't have the right work ethic, so we need all these Indians. And the vitriol, and Trump backed him up and said, yeah, we do need some people to come in and do some of these smarter jobs. So you basically just shit on your whole base and said that they too stupid to do them jobs. Yeah, you're the same party that wants to abolish the Department of Education.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the rest of the minions lost their mind.
Like,
I'm
what?
Sorry, they don't have minds. I'm sorry.
Right. Whatever it is up there. Yeah.
But
whatever.
The fact, I'm sorry, but the fact that talking about the Board of Education, it's a Department of Education, that Linda McMahon is going to be.
We're gonna get there.
I can't. Are we going to have like flying?
Is this the newscaster guy?
No.
She's from the WWE.
Vince McMahon's wife.
Oh, McMahon. Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot all about
her.
Yeah. But
her. Is it her?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's her.
Mm-hmm. Her. But the whole thing is that they're saying that, well, schools are too woke. We need to get rid of the Department of Education and stuff like that. So you're all for your people being stupid and dumb. Mm-hmm.
My hand is up, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is too woke? Because either you're awake or you're not.
I'm gonna give you too woke. Too woke is, hey, we raised you a certain way, but when you go to school, they open up your mind to believe that the world is a little bit bigger than where you grew up from. That there's diversity out there. There are different ideas than the ones that you just learned here in Mint Hill, North Carolina, that you just learned in Waxhaw, North Carolina, that you just learned in Dallas, North Carolina. And if you go to North Carolina State or UNC, they may actually make you think that it's okay to have a black friend. They may make you think that it's okay that people come in and out of this country, that diversity is okay. See, we want you to believe that a woman's greatest achievement is how many babies come out of her vagina. We want you to believe that. But if they make you start thinking that no, a woman can be president, if we start making you think that black people can be CEOs,
blasphemy.
If we start making you think that people have free reign over their own bodies,
sacrilegious.
Oh my God, we're going to lose our country. They're going to take our country from us, and they're being too.
So, in other words, too woke is educated.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But now Elon Musk is saying, but I need those educated people for Twitter and Tesla and all these different things. All of the people out in Silicon Valley are saying,
oh my gosh.
These higher minded people to come in and help us because too many of y'all Americans are stupid as hell. And we can't get y'all these jobs because y'all dumb, even though we do back up the programs that continue to make you dumb. So it's a crazy thing. So then all the vitriol from what's that, Laura Loomer and all of them started talking crap about Indian Americans, the same ones that had went to bat for Trump. So they're going, well, whoa. I didn't realize y'all were really racist. We thought that y'all just didn't like Puerto Ricans.
That's the funny part.
Mexicans. We thought Africa was a shithole country. We thought India was okay because we try to talk white.
No. See, that's the funny part. That's the funny part.
FAFO?
Exactly.
So now they're finding out that, and then a lot of the agriculture industry was like, man, we thought you was going to deport folks that didn't work on our farms. We thought you were talking about the other people, the ones who said we're eating geese.
And ducks and cats and
all the pets. We didn't think you were talking about our folks that sit there and pick cotton, our folks that sit there and do all the planning and the farming. And no. Trump means that when I do mass deportation, all of them are gone. Well, who's going to do the jobs? Well, y'all said that there's plenty of white folks around that would be more than willing to work 12 hours a day in a damn cotton field. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
And you know what? And we just sitting back, man, like, let's see how that works out for you.
I got my popcorn ready. You see how many people apply for these meatpacking jobs. You're gonna sit there and be in Smithfield and in the Purdue plant sitting there.
You just took it right out of my mouth. I was about to say that. Go up to Tyson's and Purdue and see how many white people you see.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a line from Monroe all the way down East Independence.
Oh my goodness!
I'll wait.
Exactly.
Like, please. They sit there. See what the MAGA people believe Trump to be was Trump being as racist as they are.
Yeah.
Trump, like I just told Lori today, is an opportunist. If he thinks that his base is racist, he gonna feed them racist red meat. Does he really care if Mexicans are coming across that border a millionfold? He don't give a damn. That don't affect nothing that he does. Hell,
exactly. He's not affected either one way or the other.
For him to sit there and try to benefit off of.
Exactly.
When they're sitting there talking about the mass deportation, you do realize that a lot of our construction, a lot of our highways and roads, a lot of our bridges, a lot of our infrastructure is handled by sane people. So
exactly,
all of them, you're hurting yourself in the industry. When you start complaining about all the potholes and shit you running over and dilapidating bridges and everything else, remember, not only did the crooks go back to wherever they didn't come from, but they
didn't come from.
They talking about sending people back to places they ain't never come from. You can't send somebody back to somewhere they ain't never been.
Exactly.
But that's
And
what
I'm like my man. What was his name? Mike. He's I love him. He's the comedian with the cardigan. Oh my God, good one.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one that had made a statement very similar to what you were talking about just now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, yeah, it escaped me just that fast because now I'm thinking about his joke about the cardigan being police repellent. But
yeah. Get you a nice pullover, and the cops will leave you alone.
And don't forget the code switch.
And make sure you pop that collar up a little bit too.
And you got to take the bass out your voice. You know,
you
got to talk up here, officer.
Officer, how you know, I'm just going to my is everything okay? Can I help you find a black person? I hear they're out here.
Oh my God, man, you threw me way off. You totally hijacked my thoughts just then.
Oh, hey, I ain't had a show in a while, so I'm on one tonight. So you know, pardon me.
Yeah, I miss talking to you guys too, man.
He's been super excited about coming back.
Listen.
I mean, they gave us too much material to talk about, though.
There's so much covered on this show that we'll have to pocket for next week.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it's one of those things where they're going to find out, f around and find out. Listen, Trump ran a campaign on grievances again. Why the reason that your life isn't good is because of other people. Your reason your life is shitty is because of black and brown people, and they run on these culture issues to distract you from the things that they're really doing and wanting to do
and getting done. By the way,
right?
Because you see what's happening in North Carolina right now.
Yes, I got that. Where
with the Supreme Court blocking
Allison Riggs.
Allison Riggs, and I was just looking at that right before I queued in, before I went into the green room.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm like, are you freaking serious, dude?
Yeah, they're trying to steal the vote.
So not only did she win the vote the first time, she had a recount, won that. Then they had an audit, she won that.
See, these people don't know how to lose. They don't know how to lose. They think that they always have to win.
But it all started with that BS from I want to recount. I believe I really won.
It came
and when you do that, see, that give credence to everybody that has some little conspiracy theory about what's going on with the justice system and the voting system.
It came
and I see, did nobody complain or bitch whenever the result came out in Trump's favor?
Correct. Because
now when it came out in Trump's favor, didn't nobody complain about voter fraud and all this other stuff? Exactly.
Yeah, it's heads I win, tails you lose.
Exactly. That's it.
That's what it always is. I cannot accept any result other than how long has Carrie Lake been fighting the damn 2020 election that she lost? She still ain't defeated. She still won't say she lost. She said she blames it on everything else. And even when you sat there and said, well, wait a minute, how did Trump lose but everybody else win? You mean we were smart enough to rig it where Trump would lose, but we weren't smart enough to rig it to where Chuck Schumer would have a better majority? You mean we weren't smart enough to rig it to where the House wasn't in the hand of Republicans and Mike Johnson didn't end up becoming the speaker? So we were smart enough to rig the presidential campaign, but we were too stupid to be able to rig the other ones.
Exactly.
Even though they were all on the same ballot. So somehow we made the machines read one part of the ballot one way,
but not the other.
But the rest of it went the same.
Right.
Now, if you said that to somebody that had common sense, they would say, well, Brian, that don't make no sense. That's not possible. But there are over 80 million people that go, yeah, I can definitely see how that would happen. That's the problem. It ain't the problem that Trump says this stupid stuff. It's that there's at least 80 million people out there willing to vote to say, I believe that.
I forget his name because I watch him all the time. One of the lawyer guys. Half of this country
Is it
believes like that.
is it Mike?
I want to say it's hang on. Oh God, what's his name? The young guy that has the lawyer being his partner.
From Midas Touch.
Brian Taylor.
Who?
Brian Taylor Cohen. That's his name.
Brian Tyler Cohen.
Yeah.
Oh, when he has Glenn Kirshner on.
There you go. Yeah, him and Glenn. Man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, BTC's and he's part of the online media that I was talking about. If you watch Brian Tyler Cohen, if you watch the Midas Touch with Ben Marcellus and his brothers, and Brett.
Yeah, I watch all of them. Yeah,
Michael Popak.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. Yeah.
All and sometimes have Karen Freeman at Niflo, and those folks they do really good hot takes and stuff like that. Legal AF is always a good one to watch because Popak and a lot of those folks will get together and go over a lot of things. That's a pretty good network. I used to be a good Young Turks person, but they've been kind of acting a little crazy lately. So I had to cut them out.
Yeah, I cut them out.
Jank Nana done lost their damn mind over there right now. So,
yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
A little too cozy with the right.
And speaking of losing their mind, and I know this is way off topic. I know Lori gonna be like, oh boy, because I know it's one of your favorite topics. Because I'm not bullshitting you. I am done with the Cowboys. After listening to what Jerry said,
but he's been saying that.
No. I never heard him say. See, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know, I have always defended. See, I can only stand on things that I know and things that I see, because you know that was the whole even purpose of my show, is that I'm only going to speak on factual things and things that my ears and eyes have heard. I've always known that there was an ego problem with him. I always known that there was, you know, he lives in the past. He's a man of the past. He thinks nostalgic. Yeah, that person was good. Yeah, but you got to worry about what they're doing today, Jerry. So when he was asked, would he consider, not would he do, he was asked, would he consider taking on a GM? And then he was so passionate about it, he actually cussed to it.
Oh, he always. If you ever listen to his radio show,
no,
it's worse than that. It's F-bombs all over the place. That's just how he talks.
And see, and so
like that, he cleaned it up.
And so when I saw that I'm gathering all my stuff. Well, it's not here, it's down in the garage. But all my stuff is done.
Are you gonna have a burning of this if you're really officially done, or you're just putting it away?
I'm putting it away, and I'm going to sell it to anybody else that wants to follow that.
But see,
but I'm still a fan of football. I'm still a fan of the players.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I can no longer associate myself with saying that I'm all in for Dallas because of who they are under. That's me.
I get it, but it's not that I'm sad to see you go. It's just I think, like I put it in your post, Jerry only got a few more years left.
His son gonna do the same thing.
I don't think so.
His son is gonna do the same thing.
I don't honestly. I don't think so. Jerry's ego will not allow him to have. And here's the problem that I have with Cowboy fans that have come to this realization, and I know you have too. Is if you look at his approach to running the organization, even if he ran Jimmy Johnson out. You can hear me?
Okay, now I can. Yeah.
Okay. He's the one that ran Jimmy Johnson out of Dallas. Why?
Yeah.
Because Jimmy, you know what? The only reason he ran them, now they were successful, but do you know why he ran Jimmy out? Because
he wanted
Jimmy
to
as much
run
as
the team, and Jimmy told him flat out.
Yeah,
He goes, I run the team.
and
You own the
want
team,
that. He didn't want that
but
because
I run it.
anything that happened to the team that was good, he wanted to be
And he was trying to take credit for it.
He wanted to be the sole reason for that.
Mhm.
So that's why he started getting Wade Garrett, Wade Phillips, Jason Jarrett, Chan Gailey,
Man, the list is too long. And see, that's why I'm done. Because see, I've been around to see those.
Those kind of guys are guys that are not going to push back against him. See, he couldn't have Jimmy Johnson because Jimmy was going to say, I'm not putting up with that. Bill Parcells said, I'm not putting up with that. He had rid of those cats because they were like, no, this is my ship and I'm the captain, ain't but one wheel on this boat.
Yes, sir.
Now,
there's only one.
Jerry's mindset is I go to the grocery store, I buy the groceries, I bring the groceries home, I put them in the refrigerator, and all you do is open up the refrigerator, and when you're ready to cook, I sit there and prepare the meal, and all you're gonna do is eat what I done put in front of you. That's what he does to the coach. And
that's Jerry. That's Jerry.
Coaches get involved in who we draft, who makes the 53-man roster, who plays on Sunday, and everything else. The coaches that he has had that I named after Jimmy Johnson and Bill Parcells do not have those responsibilities. Jerry is the sole provider of the food that you eat, which is why he had such a bad season, because he didn't do anything this offseason and it came back to bite him. But
whenever they went to go give him all his credit, now all of a sudden he's mumble mouth. He got an attitude. How dare you ask him questions?
Been very defensive. Very defensive lately.
You want credit whenever everything's going right?
He does.
Now take the credit when everything's going wrong. Oh, and bruh, you owe me. I don't know what you owe me, but you owe me. I got you. And Lord, you are my witness. Did I not call my season down to the championship level? Did I not call what was going to happen in my division? Yes, I did. Everybody go like this.
What you mean? Tell me.
In your preseason show, we was already talking about how this year 2024 was going to end.
I was right about the.
I was down. I was right. The only thing that I got wrong was the exact number.
Oh,
that was the only thing that I got wrong.
We already all came to the conclusion that they weren't going to win the division. Now,
but I called it. I called it in chronological order.
I picked them to at least go to the wild card. But
no,
do that.
I told you no.
Because Washington actually ended up being better. But I had said,
but I told you that. I told you. I said,
I said on the preseason show. I told Randall, and we were talking about that yesterday.
So I want my gummy bears or something. You owe me something.
You get your gummy bears. But I told him there was a possibility if the quarterback, if that rookie quarterback in Washington was as good as advertised, there was a possibility that Washington would finish with a better record than the Cowboys.
They actually are sitting on the record that we would normally have.
But y'all would normally be at 12-5.
Yeah.
And they're close to that.
And I told you, I said we'll do good if we have 5. I told you that.
Yeah. You had a little bit more than that, but that's just
it was it was bad.
My point to you is, I think that once Jerry dies, y'all,
you just went dark.
Everybody dies, right?
Yeah, of course.
And some things are better when people die. And I will tie that back to our present conversation before I go.
Yeah,
because I was hearing some people talk about how bad this country is right now because of a lot of these people that still think old ways of thinking.
Yeah.
And what I told them is, unfortunately, when people get a certain age, it's hard to ever change their mind back. And you just literally have to wait for certain generations to die off.
Die out. Yep.
They have to.
You're right. It has to. It
but
has to happen.
we have to raise our children with the promise that things can be better and hope that they can make the future better, because sometimes some generations are just lost and they have to die off. It's no different than saying that when you're pruning a tree, the purpose of pruning a tree is so that it will then grow and blossom even more. So sometimes there's a certain thing called addition by subtraction. Sometimes you have to lose some things to gain more.
Yeah.
Because you ever seen somebody with a yard and it's been overrun because they never prune, they don't never cut back and everything else, and then all of a sudden it's all over the place and it's uncontrollable. It's out of hand.
Right.
They've
Exactly.
never practiced pruning back. They just said, "Hey, we'll just go status quo and let it be what it is."
Right.
And that's not always the thing. So I know that just kind of, I didn't want to make it morbid, but I kind of tied it back in. I do want to go over two things before we get up out of here. I know we talked a little bit about the North Carolina issue, and we'll keep delving into that as that proceeds through the Supreme Court. But I didn't want to end the show without, again, condolences to the victims in New Orleans and the ones in Las Vegas for those senseless attacks. And then, most importantly, man, I just want to give props to a life well lived in office, out of office, to Mr. Jimmy, who had his funeral today, I believe. So,
Absolutely.
rest in peace, Mr. Carter. Life well lived, mostly outside of
Yeah.
that he did. Still doing Bible study at church.
I
Still
know, man.
homes for Habitat for Humanity. All the things that he did, showing you that your heart can be bigger than your politics. And
Exactly.
that's something that we can take into 2025 is empathy, their hearts, their ability to see people for themselves, not as the enemy because their politics are different, would be a long way in us advancing this world and being able to nullify some of the foolishness that we are about to see this year.
Bro, yeah. Because I don't think I'm saying it's just stand by for even more, bro.
Yeah.
Stand by for even more.
Till then, FA, FO.
FO.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of Head to Head. One in for the books till 2025. Merry New Year.
Merry New Year.
Merry New Year.
We will see y'all again next week. Thanks, Lori Parker and CJ Jones, for joining us. And hope you feel better, franchise. He wasn't feeling good today. He's got a bad cold. He couldn't. But we will hopefully see him next week. And we will hopefully see you guys next week, too. Again, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, whatever platform you're on. And we will see y'all again. Y'all take care. Thanks.
All right.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for